So I'm Ivan, I'm the co-founder and CEO of MoonPay. So what is MoonPay? What are we trying to do? So what I'm excited about is trying to bring 1 billion people into crypto by 2030. And why do I think that's important? Well, I think the internet, it was a revolution in exchanging communication. Blockchain is a revolution in exchanging value. And I think when I'm thinking about reflecting on why I'm here at NFT.NYC is I think NFTs are going to be the gateway drug for billions of people to come into the crypto economy. Let's see if we get next slide. So what gets me so excited about NFTs? Well, I think NFTs can be representative of many different types of value. And we can just think about many different industries kind of converging in this NFT space. And I think NFTs really bring this cultural element to crypto. My prediction and thesis is that every artist, musician, athlete, influencer, anyone from the talent industry has very valuable intellectual property that will eventually find its way into NFTs. When we look at kind of where we are, I mean, we're still very early in the overall adoption cycle of NFTs. We're sitting around 0.7 trillion. To be honest, I don't know, one of our analysts put this slide together, so I don't actually know where exactly these numbers came from. But I do know that NFTs are still smaller than Bitcoin at 1.2 trillion, smaller than gold at 11 trillion. And the fact that these NFTs can represent many different types of assets, I think, very, very early days in the adoption cycle. I think the formats that we're starting to see are still quite primitive. And I'm going to talk about some of the most exciting formats that I've seen of NFTs so far. So the first one that really comes to mind is ticketing. Ticketing is an industry that's been plagued with problems for many years. Counterfeiting has been an issue, something that can be solved with the blockchain. Live Nation recently announced that they're going to put an NFT ticket stub in everyone's hands for every single event that they go to, which I think is super exciting in terms of adoption because, I remember going to the Super Bowl. It was a big deal to hold on to the lanyard with your ticket inside of it. But I remember losing it, and there was a secondary market for that was actually quite valuable. Now, that's going to be guaranteed to be linked to your wallet when you use Live Nation, which is pretty exciting. You can also think from the artist perspective and the actual fans perspective, it's pretty inefficient today. We're not getting an equilibrium market price when it comes to artists and their actual fans because we have an entire industry predicated around scalping, which is very inefficient. You probably have been on a sold-out event on one of the major platforms, and it's frustrating because you probably weren't beat by a human, you were probably beat by a robot, and that creates doesn't make the fan happy, doesn't make the creator happy. The fact that we can put programmable economic incentives into these tickets, I think, is extremely exciting. And the economic incentive is too great, in my opinion, for creators not to embrace ticketing via NFTs. The second area I'm super excited about, and we actually have a pretty cool case study of this. We did this, I think, about a month or two back. Dolce & Gabbana did a special event in Venice where they had digital and physical twin pairings of these NFT assets. So the idea was there's this very valuable dress that you could have a digital version of the dress or you could have the actual physical dress. And what we enabled was the facilitation of someone being able to buy that digital token that was redeemable for a dress. And I think this is very interesting when we start to think about metaverse concepts and our metaverse identity. You can imagine that you're going to want to own items and property rights for those specific metaverse identities. And you're just creating a new element and dynamic into any sort of luxury item. because you also have a traceable digital twin to that physical item. So I think we're going to see more and more use cases around digital and physical twins. The third really exciting thing, I'm giving a shout out to a company that I'm close with called MetaLink. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but very, very cool. What they've done is they've created a special access community that for people that own specific NFTs. So they started with CryptoPunks, so you could only log into the channel. So you basically have to authenticate with your MetaMask wallet or whatever wallet that you own the specific NFT, and then you can enter a special chat with those owners. So they started with CryptoPunks. They've now diversified into Bored Apes. I think Cool Cats are on there as well. But you're having very specific communities being formed around ownership of specific NFTs, and I think that's incredibly exciting. So how does this all kind of fit into MoonPay and kind of what I'm excited about? Well, I told you earlier that my mission is to bring 1 billion people into crypto by 2030, and we're not going to get there if there's a ton of friction. If the experience is a pain in the ass, people are just going to stop and forget about it. Until crypto and NFTs pass the mom test, we have a problem. And my mom, if I asked her to buy an NFT, she would definitely be lost. And I try to kind of incorporate the process. You got to go to the NFT site. So let's say we go to OpenSea, we find the NFT that we want, then you got to connect your wallet, then you got to realize that, oh shit, I don't have a wallet. It's like a Chrome extension, like MetaMask, and you got to download that Chrome extension, set up your private key, write down your seed phrase. Hopefully, please write down your seed phrase on a piece of paper and put it in a safe or something. We've seen issues with people that forget how to deal with non-custodial wallets. Then you might have to go to an exchange and buy your crypto. Then you send your crypto to your wallet. Then you go to the NFT site, and you actually might not be able to finish the purchase because then you don't actually have enough Ethereum in your wallet, and you're like, oh shit, the price has gone up, or the NFT is no longer available. So, just a huge pain in the ass. So we've really thought about this. I feel like we shouldn't be showing a CryptoPunk at a price of $1,000. That was a mistake, but the point here is we want to make this process way, way, way simpler. And the way I imagine it is, well, there are a couple pieces. One, if you do not have a wallet, we want to make it easier for people where we authenticate the creation of a wallet based on signing on with your email. So that's something we're really excited to launch on more platforms. You'll see very, very, very soon. So we remove the step, if you don't have a wallet, we set one up for you. And rather than charging your card for cryptocurrency, which unfortunately sometimes gets blocked by your bank, some banks are known to be a little bit hostile towards purchase of cryptocurrency, whereas they're not hostile towards purchase of digital goods. So we've come up with an elegant solution where we take on the challenge for you. We take on the possession of the cryptocurrency and the NFT and move it into your wallet on your behalf, and really take a process that took those 15 steps and bring that down to a process closer to 3. So there's a little bit of foreshadowing. We actually released a first version of this yesterday with the World Wildlife Federation. So we did a very special set of animal NFTs that people can buy to support the environment, which is pretty cool. That is showcasing this feature, and hopefully you'll start to see more and more. To date, MoonPay has been about buying cryptocurrency easily, buying your Bitcoin, buying your Ethereum, buying any major asset. We think in the future, buying NFTs could be a bigger part of the overall MoonPay platform, and super excited to give you, a quick sneak peek of what that is. And finally, how many of you guys here, who doesn't have an NFT? Is anyone here that doesn't have an NFT? Okay, you should scan that. We're going to be giving away some NFTs. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Have a great rest of NFT.NYC. Excited to have you here.